Hola, ¿cómo está usted? Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Blue. Look, I'm in a part of Brooklyn, right? I think they call this is called Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. I'm a Harlem dude. I don't know too much about Brooklyn, but I've been chilling out here for the last few months. But the thing I noticed like out here in Brooklyn, this part of Brooklyn, is like it hasn't been gentrified yet. You still see a lot of these corners. You still got a lot of abandoned buildings, but not like Harlem did back in the 60s and the 70s. I remember Harlem, the buildings were so abandoned, like you could see for like blocks and blocks of nothing but flat land. I remember when I used to live in the Bronx, back in the 80s, it used to be like that on Walton Avenue in the Bronx. I done lived in every borough of New York City since Staten Island. Lived in Queens, I lived out in Far Rockaway, I lived out in Jamaica, I lived out on, where am I now? I lived out on Ocean Avenue in Newkirk in Brooklyn. I lived out in a few boroughs. I lived all over Harlem. Lived on 129th Street, 160th Street, 150th Street, and 124th Street, and I think it was 3rd Avenue, 2nd Avenue, something like that. But anyway, I'm talking about like Manhattan. We talked about Manhattan being gentrified long. We were talking about Manhattan being gentrified back in like 79. But back then I was too young to understand what it meant. But we was talking about that a long time ago. And I remember the adults talking about it because I was a little boy and I was about 9 years old. But I remember them talking about like Harlem being easy access to downtown Manhattan. So we were saying Harlem is going to be taken over. That's the word we used. We didn't say gentrified back then. But Harlem is officially gentrified, boy. I see white people up and down Harlem late at night, running and walking their dogs and shit like that. And I never thought I would see it, but I remember Harlem used to be so bad. There were dope fiends everywhere. There are dope fiends like that now, but not like they were back in the days. I remember when crack was out, people used to stand in line for crack. They would stand in line like it was a regular corner store. But the point of me making these videos, like I'm in this part of BK, it's a real nice part. I like these brownstones. See, these brownstones in Harlem would be a big deal if we was in Harlem. Like Harlem got a whole block, I think it's 139th Street, but nothing but brownstones, like the ones behind me. And but the street is not this wide as it is up in Harlem. But we talked about Harlem being gentrified a long time ago. And the thing I'm mentioning about now is like this has not been gentrified yet. So you still got these little nasty corner stores. That stink when you go in them. I remember it used to be like that in Harlem. But I remember black people used to own the corner stores in Harlem too though. But these corner stores be stinking as, I don't know what they are, but they ain't Americans. They come here, America, on a visa. But the stores be stinking. And the thing about them guys in the stores is you never see their women. You always see a store full of men, but you never see their women. But what they do is they fuck with the little girls that live in the hood. They be fucking with these little black girls. And that's why I tell my daughter, when she was younger, she could defend herself now, but I tell her, when I see you to the store, don't go in there and talk to them guys. Most of the times I would go with her. Maybe her mother sent her to the store, I don't know. But I never sent her to the store like that. Because I don't like them little nasty motherfuckers in the store. They be rapping to the girls and rapping to the little kids too. Because you know, in their country, they go by the Quran. As soon as a girl is fuckable, they'll fuck her. She could be 12, she could be 13, she could be 14. They'll fuck her. If she's naive enough and don't know any better to let them fuck her, they'll fuck her. And they'll give her a bag of cookies and a bag of potato chips or some shit and call it a day. And that's why, you know, people always talk about what the Bible say this and the Bible say that. Man, fuck that. If we did everything the Bible did, little girls would be able to have sex at 12 and 13 years old and nobody would say shit about it. But you know wrong is wrong. But anyway, like I'm saying, you never see these guys, women. And when they do come outside, they be wrapped up from head to toe. From head to toe, and you don't see that, but the little girls in the hood be semi-hoochie-fied. So they be fucking with them little girls and giving them candy and shit. And even like the older women back in the days when crack was heavy and they was getting a little slick, they would get a crackhead some crack or some money for a blowjob or some shit like that. That's why I don't like these corner stores. And like I was saying before, like they be open late at night. They 24-hour window. That's like some zoo shit. That's how you feed animals in a zoo. You saying my money is good enough to be, I'm good enough for you to take my money, but I'm not good enough for you to come in your store. You want to take my money, but you don't want to let me in the store. And that's humiliating. I wouldn't go to the store to some fucking 24-hour window. That's why I don't like drive-thrus and shit like that. I ain't no fucking animal. Serve me, see me, I want some human contact. I want to argue with you through the window. But that's just the point. These stores are looking a little better. These corner stores. And the thing about it, the thing I don't like about the corner stores is like these Muslims, black American Muslims that come home from jail and they convert to Islam. They be going in these corner stores and kissing these dudes' asses, man. You kissing their ass, calling them Aki and Ak and Assalamu Alaikum, and they never return the greetings. What they do it, they look down on the black Americans. They don't think shit of black America. That's why they come land right in the hood. They rarely open up businesses downtown or in midtown. Maybe because the rent is too high or whatever. But they be giving you subpar food and below, and the shit be looking rotten and shit, man. And like most corner stores, on real talk, most corner stores are filled with nothing but junk food. That's why the little children be big and fat. Everything in the corner stores is loaded with sugar and salt. Sugar and salt. Look at it when you first go in there. It's jungle juices, all kind of sweet shit. Everything in there is loaded with sugar and salt. And this is why the little kids can't lose weight. And that's the first stop in the morning for them. They go to the stores, and then they go to the corner stores, and a lot of times the dudes in the corner stores, if the children don't know, he'll cheat them out their change. He don't care. Another thing, one more thing, and I'm gonna get out of here. Like when I was in Gary, Indiana, and they had the Muslims down there. They don't look like the Muslims up here. They're like white dudes. They look like Jews. And one day I was in Gary, Indiana. I was in Gary, Indiana for 5 minutes, and the dude didn't want to give me my change. And they tried to beat me up in there, but you know I held my own. And the cops had to come and shit over some change that they wanted to keep of mine. But that's how they do, man. These guys come to the stores, they open up business, and they show the people in the neighborhood no respect. Fuck these corner stores. I go there because it's a need. But if I ain't got to go in there, I don't go in there. I just shop downtown. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Like I said, Brooklyn has not yet been gentrified, but it will be soon. My name is Blue. I'm out of here. And keep the little girls at them corner stores. Them dudes in there is nasty.